we've got some news. As soon as I figure out what in the world is going on with this lighting. Oh, that's better. So for our first bit of news, with Halloween coming up in a couple of weeks, Niantic has unveiled the features that will be prominent in the upcoming annual Pokemon Go Halloween event. So for some of the more permanent features that will be coming to Pokemon Go starting Thursday, October 17th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, for one of those things, there will be more Shadow Pokemon that you'll be able to encounter when battling Team Go Rocket Grunts. These Shadow Pokemon include Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill, Electabuzz, Magmar, Lapras, Mareep, Seedot, Nuzleaf, Sableye, Trapinch, Cacnea, Shuppet, and Duskull. There will also be new avatar items that are added to the Style Shop. These include a Zubat and a Mimikyu bag, a Pikachu onesie, and a Cubone and a Litwick cap. And finally, starting Thursday, October 17th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, the Gen 5 Pokemon Yamask will finally be making its debut in Pokemon Go, and if you're lucky, you may be able to encounter a shiny Yamask. So for the limited time features of the Halloween event, from Thursday, October 17th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time until Friday, November 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific Time. For one, Ghost and Dark type Pokemon such as Ghastly, Merkle, and Yamask will start to appear more frequently out in the wild, in eggs, and in raids. And joining him, several Pokemon that are wearing costumes will be available in raids and out in the wild. Specifically, in raids, you'll be able to encounter a Bulbasaur that's wearing a Shedinja costume, a Charmander wearing a Cubone costume, and a Squirtle wearing a Yamask costume. Out in the wild, you'll be able to encounter a Pikachu that is wearing a Mimikyu costume, which admittedly is probably one of the most ironic things I've ever heard. Also worth noting about these costume-clad Pokemon is that all of them also have their shiny forms available as well. So definitely be on the lookout for any of these costumed Pokemon, both in raids and in the wild. Some other limited time features that will be available from October 17th to November 1st. The pitch black Pokemon Darkrai, which is either one of, if not the best dark type attacker in Pokemon, will be available to battle in legendary raids. Also during this time, there will be some new themed field research that you can complete, as well as a special research dedicated for a forbidden Pokemon. Judging by the fact that it's the forbidden Pokemon, is most likely the special research for Spiritomb. So if you haven't gotten the chance to complete the Spiritomb special research during the last Halloween event, you'll most likely be able to get another chance to complete it in this upcoming Halloween event. Also during this time, you'll be able to get 2 times Catch Candy, 2 times Hatch Candy, and 2 times Transfer Candy. So Pokemon Go has had a pretty great track record when it comes to Halloween events, and considering that this event has not only double Catch, Hatch, and Transfer Candy, but also a brand new Gen 5 Pokemon, costumed Pokemon, which, admittedly look pretty legit, as well as Darkrai finally coming to Pokemon Go in Legendary Raids. I honestly think that this Halloween event is definitely no exception. In other news, the Regis will be returning to Legendary Raids. So from Friday, November 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific Time to Monday, November 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel will be available in Legendary Raids during that time. But if you're lucky, you may encounter the shiny forms of the Regis. So definitely be keeping an eye out for that. Either if you haven't gotten them yet for your Pokedex entry, or if you just happen to want to collect one of these shinies of the Regi Pokemon. Also during this time, the Pokemon Geodude, Magnemite, Swinub, Aron, and Spheal will be appearing more frequently in the wild, which I believe for all of these, except for Spheal, they all have a chance to be shiny, so it definitely might be a good idea to keep an eye out for those Pokemon. And during this time, there will be Pokemon that are appearing more frequently in eggs, and those Pokemon are Aerodactyl, Shuckle, Sneasel, Skarmory, Snorunt, and Beldum. And while virtually all of these Pokemon do have shiny forms that are available, Skarmory is particularly interesting during this time because during this event, Skarmory will now have its shiny form released. So pretty much all of the Pokemon that will be appearing more frequently in eggs have a shiny form. So if you either want to collect more candies for these Pokemon in particular, or if you just want to try and test your luck and try and get the shiny forms of these Pokemon, this event will definitely be the time to do so. Also, what helps for hatching these egg Pokemon in particular is that incubators will have 2 times effectiveness during this time period. With the return of the 3 Regis to legendary raids comes the debut of the colossal Pokemon Regigigas, who for the rest of this video I will be referring to as Big Regi just for simplicity's sake. So Big Regi will be available to battle in EX raids later on in the month of November, but if you do want to unlock Big Regi early, you'll be able to do it through the special research event, a Colossal Discovery. So unlike other events such as Go Fests and Safari Zones, this event will be available globally on Saturday, November 2nd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at your local time. So this event not only includes the special research, a Colossal Discovery, which you will be able to complete either during the event or afterwards. This event also includes a Colossal Discovery medal, which I'm assuming is very similar to the medals you get for going to either Go Fest or Safari Zone. You'll also be able to get 10 free raid passes during the event. Just one thing to note about that is that they function the same way as free raid passes do currently, in that you can only carry one of those free raid passes at a time. So I definitely try and capitalize on as many raids as I can during the event, so that way you don't lose out on those 10 free raid passes. Lastly, with this event, you'll be given a guaranteed Unova Stone, a guaranteed Sinnoh Stone, and an exclusive avatar pose. So this event is only accessible by purchasing a ticket to the event, and this is the ticket that was discovered by the Twitter user Trails, and was the ticket that was talked about in the last news video, which I'll go ahead and leave to a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. This ticket can be bought for the price of $7.99 in US currency, and of course can be purchased at the equivalent cost in your local currency. And this ticket cannot be purchased with Pokecoins, so no matter how many Pokecoins that you manage to obtain freely by battling gyms, you unfortunately will not be able to apply it to the purchase of this ticket. So while I was in the middle of editing this news video, we actually got one more bit of news to talk about. So the November Community Day has been announced, and the Pokemon that is featured for this Community Day is Chimchar. So on Saturday, November 16th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at your local time, Chimchar will be appearing more frequently both in the wild and in raids, and will be available in 2-kilometer eggs that you gain from spinning Pokestops during this event. Also worth noting is that if you evolve Chimchar all the way up to its final evolution Infernape, either during Community Day or 2 hours afterwards, Infernape will be able to learn a special move. As of right now, they haven't revealed specifically what that special move is, but if it's similar to Charizard, Typhlosion, and Blaziken from previous Community Days, that special move will most likely be the charge move Blast Burn. We'll see if they decide to remain the same for this one as well, or if they decide to change it up this time around. Other things worth noting is that during Community Day, lure modules will once again be active for 3 hours instead of the usual half an hour, and the distance to hatch eggs has been cut down to 1/4 the distance. So if you're going around and hatching those 2K eggs in regular incubators, it will now only take half a kilometer instead of the usual 2. So that's all of the news I have for today. I will see you guys in the next video.